Michael, here at the Empirical Labs booth, where we're looking at some distressors. I've always wondered what makes distressors so sought after, because I mean, most producers have them in their racks, right?
Sure, it's one of the most sold compressors all over the world. Maybe all of the top 40 productions the last 5 years have a distressor on it. So there's of course something special about it. Yeah.
So what is it that makes it? I mean, it colours the sound, doesn't it? It has a sort of...
The main thing of Dave Durr was, when he was thinking about the distressor, is that he combines a distortion with a compressor. The philosophy of Dave Durr at Empirical Labs is, in fact, that combine analog technology from the past with digital controlling in the future. So he puts together two different technologies to have more amount of settings and stuff.
So is it fair to say that people tend to use it for quite extreme settings as well as more subtle things as well?
It depends. Actually, it has options to get it into an extreme setting, but you also can just like push it a little bit to the limits. It's either what you want. You can work in a lot of contexts with the distressor.
And is it kind of drum buses, vocals? What
either one. It's famous for vocals and drums. Even in the live sector, in the live rack, you can see it to get the vocals in front of the music. You can use it on bass, on guitar. It doesn't matter, actually.
So have you got something set up, we could take a listen going through it?
Sure. I'm going to take a short demo on drums, because here on the fair it's a little bit noisy. It's I think you can hear the best if it's just on the drums. I start with the bypass signal. I have a playback on Pro Tools.
So are these two units linked, or is it a stereo unit?
You could, but today I'll just have this mono on a mono track. It's easier for me to show, so I just. I start with a single track. I just let it run on bypass, so you get the original track. And I set it up like a medium setup, like 6:1 ratio. Attack on 5, release on 5. Everything else is just 0.
There's quite a lot of gain reduction going on there, I'd say.
Yeah, it's gonna have a lot of headroom, of course. I just put it in so you can listen to it for a second, what it takes and makes.
It really adds the attack transients, doesn't it? Huge.
Yeah. This is just like a medium setting, sort of. You can dial back on ratio 4:1, a little bit less maybe. Good thing is, if you hear it in the mix, you can realize how the drums comes in front of the mix.
Yeah, it really adds a lot of punch in a
Punch, yeah. I stop a little. One special thing about the distressor is that it's not only a compressor section. It's a distortion section also, so you have two possibilities to add harmonical distortion. Distortion 2 is like a class A tube distortion, and distortion 3 is sort of a tape saturator you can add through the mix to warm it up a little and get it a little bit hotter and more extreme in a sort of a way.
Well, we're using that in the example we just heard. Can we listen to that on the drums only that we just had, just to hear all the distortion?
Sure, it's getting over the top. Even if you put it to nuke,
yeah.
It's like the over the top, like a brick wall compressing. You get it really extreme. But I started, of course, not extreme, and then it depends on you. You just have to.
It reminds me a little bit of the sort of Valley People Dynamite. You know, that really kind of bang, really fast. gritty compression that you can
Yeah,
get.
sure. The main things they've wanted to try to put in was like the URI 1176.
Yeah.
Here it comes the British mode. It's all buttons in. This is like an extreme ratio, around 20:1. And another thing is the LA2A on the up-toe ratio. So you combine sort of these old compressors within the compressor, within the Distressor, to get it in this modern mix of digital controlling and analog compressing. There's another setting maybe. I just add a little distortion to the drums.
Can we listen to them in solo? It's quite hard to pick out.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Bypass. You can also add a high pass filter.
Oh yeah, you can hear the difference in the transient there, can't you?
Second distortion selection. Maybe a higher ratio. Put it on up-toe and original signal.
That's got a sort of wet smack to it, hasn't it? I like that.
Yeah. I can even take it a little bit higher just to show you what it does. Compressing, it's way beyond original signal.
It kind of almost brings it, even though it's squashing it, it really brings it to life at the same time.
Sure, even if it's an extreme setting, it sounds pretty musical still. And I just get it in the mix. Original signal. Hard compressed on you. Still sounds good, even it's a little bit over the top, of course.
You can understand why people are using it all the time, right?
Sure, I guess it's obvious now. Maybe let's add the British mode once, and then if you got some questions, you can answer. I can try to answer you, of course. Just start again with a little bit less ratio and on the British mode. The British mode is known as the all buttons in on the URI 1176.
Yeah.
So you get a high ratio and over the top compressing. So this is the idea behind this one.
Right.
So I started solo on drums. Yeah, give me a second.
That's got a really, is that really a fast release, isn't it? So it really, okay. But you have a bit more control over it than the Euro, isn't it? Oh yeah.
If you get the ratio a little bit higher, you can. It's sounding pretty hard, of course. Maybe I should get the input.
I'm a sucker for heavily compressed drums, and they really do sound nice.
Yeah. It's still a difference a little. It's not that big thing. It works very precise in sound settings. I guess I put it in the mix again. Extreme setting, of course.
But again, you couldn't say it was wrong. You might not be to your taste, but it sort of works, doesn't it? Yeah.
Sure. I just go to extreme settings too, because if I just work a little, it's so hard to listen on the music message. So I guess you can make yourself a sound picture of the Distressor. Do you have some other questions?
Yeah, I mean, it's been around for a while. I mean, are there any updates coming? I mean, do you think, or is it kind of like this is the best thing that it could possibly be, and that hence they just
of course, it's the best thing it possibly can be. as it is it's a standard in the meantime. It's just so long on the market, and every professional studio gets it in. There was an update on the X a couple of years ago already. They just added these two options to get the British mode in, and a stereo link to combine two distressors for a stereo controlling on two tracks. This was the last one. One thing what's going to be new from Empirical Labs, there's already an UAD plugin of the Fatso on the market, and people were asking Empirical Labs and if they're not going to bring out a Distressor plugin. Next month, it's probably that way. First week of May, there's going to be a Distressor. It's based on a Distressor, but it's a compressor plugin. What's going to be based of it, with way beyond the Distressor, of course, because you have a software option and more settings, and it's going to be on the market next month. Just watch out at the Empirical Labs homepage. I think it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be a good thing. This is the next step. Distressor plugin.
That absolutely makes perfect sense. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.